Positive Anime Reviews is a review show that is designed for people who aren't very picky about their anime, like me. Most anime I watch ends up in my 5 out of 5 category. My reviews are for those people who are looking for a reason to watch anime rather than hate on it. I am willing to give any and all anime a chance before stating my opinion. Lastly, my reviews are all my opinion and might and or most likely will not match yours. If you don't agree, that's totally fine. Just be respectful in the comment section. Thank you. And as always, possible spoiler warning ahead. Hey guys, Darth Glork here, back with another, well, it is brand new, but another positive anime review. Today we will be talking about Death March to a Parallel World Rhapsody, which is the English name. I will be including the Japanese name in the description. I will not be saying it because I barely speak English, but it will be there, so that way you can see it and easily find it, as most like sites that you watch anime on have them all in they're all listed under Japanese names for the most part, so it can be a little difficult to find. Anyway, so yeah, today we'll be talking about Death March. So as always, we will be leading off with the synopsis. It's a nice, easy way to sum up what the anime is about and everything else. Anyway, okay, so again, if I crush the Japanese names, I'm really sorry. Okay, Ichiro Suzuki, a programmer nearing his 30s, is drowning in work. Worn out, he eventually has a chance to catch up on sleep, only to wake up and discover himself in a fantasy RPG world, which is mashed together from the games he was debugging in reality. In this new place, he realizes that not only has his appearance changed to a younger version of himself, but his name has also changed to Sato, I think, a nickname he used while running beta tests on games. However, before Sato can fully grasp his situation, an army of lizardmen launch an assault on him. Forced to cast a powerful spell in retaliation, Sato wipes them out completely, and his level is boosted to 310, effectively maximizing his stats. Now, as a high-leveled adventurer armed with a plethora of skills and no way to return to reality, Sato sets out to explore this magical new world. Okay, so basically, in case you haven't picked up on it yet, it's an isekai. Now, before you burn the anime to the ground, I know that there's some people that have this weird prejudice against isekai anime. If you don't know what isekai is, I will spare you having to look it up on Google. Isekai stands for other world. It often means game world, but it doesn't have to necessarily. Now, there is a lot of isekai anime out there. Like just one of the biggest examples would be Sword Art Online. I'm pretty sure would constitute as an isekai. Now, anyway, and so some people have this weird prejudice against these type of animes. I don't. I love isekai anime. I think it is just, for me, it's a really cool concept, and every time I watch one, I see these different takes on what isekai could be. I get crazy absorbed. I love it very, very much. Now, as far as when this premiered, this is from the winter 2018 season, another 2018 anime. I realized that maybe the reason I'm watching so much is because 2018 was a very strong year for anime releases. As I look back on like the list of anime like that I have written down to watch from 2018 and how long the list is, like there is just a crazy amount of really well-made, good anime from 2018. So I think that's probably a large part of the reason that I'm watching so much from 2018, because it was really good. But anyway, it's from the winter 2018 season, and I am just now finally getting around to watching it. Now, it is 12 episodes, which is of course my favorite type of, my favorite length of season. Now it is 12 episodes, so it's not very long. At the moment, there is only one season. At the end, it is set up for another season, but at the same time, it doesn't necessarily have to. There's nothing that was so crazy that you're broken up if it wasn't resolved. It wasn't that big a deal, so even if that's all it ever ends up being is just the one season, it was still really good. Now, of course, I would love another season of this anime because it was really cool. But if it only ever had one, it doesn't matter. It was still really good. So going into the genres, our genres are, of course, isekai. It is adventure, fantasy, and harem. So again, if you are not a fan of harem anime, anime, then you might want to. I mean, you could look elsewhere, but if it really bothers you, I guess you could look elsewhere. It doesn't bother me. And this one was this one wasn't very ecchi, and I will say that there was only a couple of your very standard ecchi moments, but otherwise it was pretty clean. There was, it wasn't super violent. There wasn't crazy sexual content, so it was pretty clean. I would probably rate it like a PG-13 would be type of rating, would be 100% fine on this one, I think. And yeah, I think it'd probably be a pretty good PG-13. So anyway, so yeah, basically that's the story. Is you the opening, the first, I think maybe it's just the first episode, but you open up with this almost 30-year-old programmer, and he is just crazy amounts of work. Like, I'm assuming that is probably a pretty realistic view on programmers in Japan, is because I felt really sorry for him in the beginning, honestly. Is that I felt like that he was talking about his life a little bit, and you were seeing the crazy amount of workload that's on him, like being up for like 24 solid hours programming, and then like so basically you like work for 2 days straight, and then you like got to sleep, but then you sleep under your desk, so you're like at work for like 3 or 4 days, and then you get to go home. These guys, he was even saying, he's like, I haven't showered in 3 days. Like, it's like crazy. Like, oh, please tell me that is not a realistic view. If so, please, something needs to change. The guys in Japan need a rest. I can't stand for it. That's horrible. But anyway, so I felt really sorry for him in the beginning. It's part of the reason I was really excited that obviously when he does get transported, his life was so much better and more fun and more peaceful in the game world that he goes into, that I was like, he deserves this. This is like a vacation for him. But anyway, not the point. So now, of course, there are a lot of isekai anime. Now, what makes this one feel special is the fact that it feels like a game. So it's sort of this weird not montage, but like this weird like combination of a lot of the games that he has been debugging in real life, and so to some degree they are kind of familiar. So he has that. Now, of course, his level is maxed out at 310. Everyone around him, like the highest level you see is like 41. So he is insanely more powerful than anybody near him. Now, coming from someone who loves RPG type of anime, the whole level thing was really cool. Now, again, one of this anime's strong points was the fact that it felt like a game. So I feel like a lot of isekai that I have watched, it really feels like that it abandons its like game roots very quickly on. Like maybe halfway through, it stops feeling like a game. You know what I mean? But I love this one because coming from a gamer, it felt like a game. It felt like an RPG or an MMO or whatever, and it felt like it. So throughout the anime, everybody has a level. He can see like an inventory screen, and he can like a HUD basically that you would see in any game. He sees that. No one else can see that, and everyone else, it's like this different type of magic, but he can basically learn. All of these things, and every time he learns or does something, he gets a title. Or a little pop-up will say, used ability, like keen hearing or whatever. And so it's really cool because coming from a gamer, that's like, it feels very game-like, and that was one of its really, really cool strong points. Now, the characters were really fun in this one as well. Of course, the main character is going to be Sato, and he is the main character. Now, as far as main characters go, he's really cool. He's just a good person, like through and through in real life, and then of course when he gets when he gets transported to the other world, he's still like a really just a good guy. Now, what's interesting is so there is a lot of characters, but they're all really cool. Now, another one of the main characters that you have Arisa, you have Zena, which is like I guess sort of like his main love interest, I guess. Then you have Tama, you have Lulu, you have Pochi, you have Lisa, you have Mia and Nana, Martha, and then a couple of other like more supporting characters. But even like the last three are more supporting anyway. But it basically follows him and then this main group of people. Now, how it works is that in this world there are slaves. So he picks up basically slaves. He basically saves them. Now, originally the slaves that he picks up, he wanted to like let go, but like they've been so like treated so bad that in their mind they don't feel right if they're not owned by somebody. So in order to make them feel better, he becomes their master, but he treats them great. I mean, he doesn't do anything like bad to them. Their life has never been better than when they were with him, and he picks up a lot of them. So like by the end of the anime, he has like I don't know, I think if you count those like 7 people he picks up. I mean, he has like 10 or 12, slaves that just follow him around. But they each have different personalities, and it's fun. It's lighthearted. It's fun. It's lighthearted, and it's really cool because again, it feels like a game. So it's like as he explores the game and as he explores this whole new world and figures out all the stuff, you're sort of brought in too as you're wondering, well, what's this about? Because it feels like a game, and that was really fun. Now, the animation was really good. It's really, really pretty. It's well done. The world feels like a game, and it is really cool. That it's well put together. Now, one of this anime's really good strong points is actually its music. Several times throughout the anime, I caught myself thinking, wow, the music in this anime is really cool. And so that's actually a really cool strong point. And it's actually surprising because there's a lot of the animes that I have watched recently, their music hasn't been it's not that it was bad or anything, but it wasn't anything to write home about. Whereas in this one, it did stand above most any other that I've seen recently. Is that its music was really cool and it really added to it, but it was enough that you were actively thinking, wow, this music is really good. And so that was fun. That was really fun. Now, as far as who my favorite character is, it's a little hard to say exactly, but I think would probably be probably Tama and Pochi. They are these cute little girls, and they are adorable. Like the whole time I'm just like, too cute, can't stand it. And so they're probably my favorite characters. Anyway, some of my favorite characters anyway. Now, as far as main characters go, he was cool, that there was a few things about it that I think was a little bit silly, but I'm not going to get into specifics. I don't want to spoil too much for you guys, but so I would encourage you to watch it. There was a few things that I would do differently if I was in his shoes, but regardless, he was still a good guy, and that was cool. And I was really happy that of all the slaves he picks up, that I'm really happy how well he treats them. Like, you felt so bad, especially if you remembered from in the beginning what they were like, and then by the how much better their lives were, you were just like, dang, I'm so happy that they are so taken care of and loved. And I was like, I'm so happy for them. Their lives have definitely never been better or whatever. Anyway, so going into recommendation and final rating, it occurs to me that recently I have been doing recommendation first and then final rating second. It occurs to me that I should do it reverse, give my rating and tell you why I recommend it. That probably would make more sense. Anyway, so I will remember to verse that on my little document after this one is over. But final rating, I'm going to give this one a 5 out of 5. Very good. This anime made no mistakes worth noting and is definitely worth a buy. Definitely, absolutely. I think that is a really good score. It was just lighthearted and fun. Now, recommendation. Why do I absolutely do recommend this anime, and why do I recommend this anime? Well, I recommend it because it felt like a game, and a lot of isekai anime don't. Is that before very long, it feels like they abandon the fact that it's supposed to feel like a game, and this anime didn't abandon that, and throughout the whole time it felt like it, and it was really cool. And they implemented titles so that as he did stuff, it would say gain title, blah 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 blah, and as he looked at stuff, there would be pop-ups that would tell him what this stuff is. And that's not for everybody. No one else sees that stuff, but only he does. And that was really cool. I have never seen another anime, whether isekai or otherwise, that did that, and this one did. And there was titles, and it would say used ability, blah 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 blah, and he had access to a HUD, he had access to an inventory system that no one else had access to, any of that stuff, and it was really cool to see all that. Anyway, so it was really cool. So I recommend that because this was an isekai above most of the rest of the other ones, and it was just lighthearted and fun, and the characters were really well put together. Anyway, so that will about pretty much conclude this review. I hope you guys enjoyed. As far as uploads today are concerned, I will be recording 2 parts. I will probably start with the Old Republic, and then I will do Sunset Overdrive after that. And that will probably be it. Oh, it occurs to me, so we will be talking about something in the beginning of Old Republic really quick. It's nothing like earth-shattering or anything. It's just something that you guys should be aware of. But I won't get into it in this one because it's more prevalent to Old Republic. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the content today, and we will talk to you guys later.
Hey guys, Darth Clark here.
Oh my gosh, though, what an upset. Darius is like, forget your type advantage, scrub.
And look at that stat line.
Ooh, sexy. This is your chance, my dude.
It's tear gas. Reznov, save me.
Everyone's rushing. Let's rush too.
You could say we're rushing to the objective. I'm so sorry.
I'm gonna shoot your little toes. You think PETA's gonna come after me for just executing these monkeys for literally no reason at all?
Shoot at me. So oh my gosh. Be careful what you wish for, kids.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the content today, and we will talk to you guys later.